How's it going, people? Simon Slapper here. It is Monday, which means update day. Quite a few things to cover. Today we have your big November BTS. That's right. So the entirety of November, we know what's coming. Additionally, you have the update for today, which is actually quite nice. And then we have the patch notes for today as well. So all in all, quite a lot of things to cover. Let's get started. So throughout the entire month, it's basically a PVM month, this one, and if you do like your stabbing of things, you will probably enjoy this month, especially if you have a 96 layer or higher, as there's quite a few new shiny things up for grabs. So starting off, we have Raptor's Challenge. That's also out today. It started today. Throughout the entire month, you'll find Raptor, you know, the big chunky armoured fella. Yep, he'll be staying down in Port Sarim, so you can go speak to him, and he will be acting as a Slayer Master all on his own, which is actually kind of interesting because you will be getting double Slayer XP from it, and it's kind of on the side to your regular Slayer Master tasks. But for doing so, you will gain a few things. As I said, double Slayer XP, that's always nice. Additionally, you'll gain access to the Raptor themed cosmetic armor, so you can grab that from doing these tasks with Raptor. Additionally, you can be assigned some of these new mobs that are coming out, although you can be assigned these via regular Slayer Masters as well, but if you're getting double Slayer XP, why not? So each of these new mobs has a unique drop and some interesting combat mechanics. There's 4 altogether, so 1 for this week and then 1 next week. You get the idea. All of these require 96 Slayer in order to stab, starting off with the Wyvern. So for killing this Wyvern, you'll gain a new level 85 Wyvern crossbow, and they bolt with a powerful passive damage over time effect. That's why you're going to be going as the mega drop from these Wyverns. They're pretty interesting. You'll find them in the Asgardian Ice Dungeon, and basically whilst you're there stabbing them in the face, you'll require some worm fire pots, as they'll be useful in order to stay alive. Additionally, you'll get cold and you will be able to make a fire or a little bit of fire in there. You walk back and forth and you'll get colder or hotter whilst you're fighting these, and you'll take more damage or deal more damage depending on whether you're hot or cold. So yeah, there is that. So the next one after that are Ripper Demons. I'm sure you remember this fella from One Piercing Note. It's the first time we ever seen it, and for killing him you'll gain level 85 claws, so that'll be another new weapon. And these claws will become more damaging the lower your opponent's health is, so the less life your enemy has, the more damage these claws will do, and it is tier 85. Then we have your Camel Warriors, although they look dodgy. Killing these fellas, you'll get a tier 85 stat, which can reduce the accuracy of your target's own attacks as it is used. So yeah, he's not bad, eh? And lastly, the last one to come out will be these giant ass mammoths. So killing these, you'll gain the ingredients to the new level 99 Beast of Burden summoning pouch. So yeah. No longer will the yak be top banana. We have a new big bad boy in town. The Beast of Burden is going to be carrying quite a bit more than your yak, but you do need to stab this mammoth in the face in order to get the materials in order to make it, which is a little bit annoying. Additionally, all 4 of these new Mega Slayer mobs will have keys, which they can eventually drop, and they'll drop parts of them, and then once you combine them together, you'll be able to open Raptor's chest, which will probably be right next to in Port Sarim, and you'll gain some more rewards. It isn't really specific, but that's the thing. Additionally, throughout this month, we're going to have the Defenders. I know some of you may not even know what the hell a Defender is, but Defenders were an offhand offensive shield-esque kind of weapon. Yeah, they kind of died out because the highest was Dragon, and, well, Dragon's Dragon. But they're upgrading it all the way to tier 90 now, so you're going to be able to get a tier 90 Defender. But in order to do so, just like you have to do before, you need that Dragon Defender to start, and then you go up to the tier 70 by killing Barrows, then you upgrade to tier 80 by killing Next, then you upgrade it to tier 90 by killing the Kelphite King. So yeah, Defenders up to tier 90, that's not bad. Initially they're releasing just the melee versions, but eventually the ranged and magic comparison of them will be coming out sometime soon. But yeah, there you go, your Defenders are out. That's kind of weird. And next up we have your Divine set. They're bringing out a Divine outfit set, which will give you more XP whilst you're doing divination. You can get that from Treasure Hunter. Additionally, you got a chance to grab those rare items from the rare store, and they'll be increasing the rare tokens for a special weekend and reducing the token price for the rares themselves. So if you've got some last stuff, maybe worth hanging on to them until that happens. And last but not least, we got the Chronicle closed beta. That's coming out 25th of November. If you haven't tried it or you're interested in it, just go over to the Chronicle website and you can sign up there, and then you'll have access to a closed beta. It's not bad. So yeah, that's your BTS. That's everything that's coming out this month. But for today, we have the Raptor being added. So Raptor is actually in game right now. You go over to port time, you can speak to him, and he'll give you Slayer assignments. You'll get double Slayer XP when you complete them. And if you impress him over the course of the month, I do believe it's 15 Slayer tests. If you complete a minimum of 15, you start to gain access to the Raptor themed cosmetic armor set. Additionally, if you have that cosmetic armor set and you go kill those new tier 96 Slayer mobs, you do upgrade the look of it some more. So yeah, there we go. Additionally, alongside Raptor being added to the game, we have the first mega boss, which is the Wyvern. You can find it in the Asgardian Ice Dungeon, just past those skeletal Wyverns. And he drops the tier 85 ranged weapon, plus the arrows for it. But yeah, Windfire pots will be required, some high combat stats, and your best gear is recommended. The colder you get, you do some huge damage, and if you get hot, then you take less, that kind of thing. He also poisons you. Should be an interesting fight for you high level PVMers. There are some special kind of conditions with this Raptor though. Even though you do get that double Slayer XP, it's probably still worth it just to go over there. Iron players can actually do this as well, so I dare say I'll be taking part. But whilst you're doing the Slayer assignments via Raptor, Social Slayer will not work. Your assignments of enemies cannot be preferred, blocked or guaranteed by using items or your Slayer points. Your Slayer helmet damage and accuracy effects will work whilst doing this, but the helmets have no interaction with the Raptor gem. The Slayer Tower contracts will be prioritised over Raptor's assignments. So when you go to the Slayer Tower to do a task via Raptor, if you pick up a contract, then it'll complete that contract before it starts doing the Raptor assignment, effectively doubling the amount of time you're in there stabbing stuff in the face. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to take that. Then you've got kills on a Raptor assignment do not count towards your Slayer daily challenges, but they will count towards your combat one. Raptor's assignments will not guarantee a elite mob spawn, but can spawn elites via random generation. Although other Slayer Masters Wyvern assignments will guarantee an elite spawn as per normal. And lastly, you have an assignment for Raptor and for a regular Slayer Master at the same time. Although these will not be for the same enemy, if there are no alternatives, the regular assignment will be prioritised and your Raptor assignment will be paused. So you can have an assignment from a regular Slayer Master and Raptor, but if they're both the same, then the regular Slayer Master gets prioritised over Raptors. Understand? Simple, yeah? Once you completed those 15 Raptor assignments, you'll unlock the first menacing set of the Raptor themed armour. This will have a bloodthirsty twist. An improved appearance can be obtained, as I said, from killing those new level 96 Slayer mobs. And then we have your live streams for tomorrow. Starting at 5 o'clock, we have an invention special, the new elite mega skill that is coming out pretty soon. Yes, not bad. Probably worth watching now, and 5 o'clock tomorrow on Twitch. And then straight after that, at 6 o'clock, you have Mod Osborne going to PK people in the face. And that is practically your updates for today and the month, but we do have some patch notes left over. So let's start, shall we? Graphical wise, the legendary Dracatrades aura now has a blue cosmetic effect instead of a yellow one. The stolen statue will no longer change graphically after stealing it when pushing the Saradomin statue from Falador to Varrock. The Dominion sword is now held correctly in both hands whilst in a combat stance. Mining with the Dwarven hand cannon equipped will no longer show both items in your hand. Players no longer see Gauze's chat head differently from his main model during a cutscene in Forgettable Tale. The Tsar hero encounter in the lava flow mine now uses an updated model. The look of the spiritual battlers in the player's vision during Ritual of the Majra have been brought graphically up to date with their brethren in the God Wars dungeon. The Torag hammer imagery icon has been repositioned to prevent it from breaking the borders. An issue with the chat head for male characters wearing the Crest of Seren head override has been fixed. The render issue with the Noxious longbow and Assassin's cape has also been fixed. A stretching issue with the Unhappy Ghost in Dungeoneering has been sorted out. A clipping issue with the Dragon Rider chaps has been fixed. A stretching issue with Dr. Nabonid's Old Tilby has been fixed. The walls in Varrock Castle now correctly appear during the ending cutscene of Garden of Tranquility. A stretching issue with the Third Age Druidic robe has been fixed. Achy logs are now held correctly from whilst you're fletching. A stretching issue with the standard top has been fixed, a graphical issue with a wall surrounding Falador has been fixed, an unnecessary texture has been removed from a ladder in the White Knight's castle, and one of the wanted posters has been moved from Falador so that it no longer floats detached from the wall. The irate gardener in Pirate's Treasure has been graphically updated, a duplicate gardener has been removed from Falador's park, and players can no longer walk inside a wall within Falador. So there we go. Those are your graphical updates for now. On to your skills and your minigames then. The Imp, Lesser Demon and Hobgoblin champions now deal damage correctly. Rebuilding failed box traps will no longer delete them if the player is in combat. Player-owned ports captains' voiceovers will now play correctly. Beast of Burden familiars now work correctly in the DT, or Dominion Tower. Completing the growth cycle of a Calquat with an Ultra Growth Potion now correctly moves it to the check health state instead of skipping to checked with max fruit. Fletcher and Achy Tree Logs and Wolf Bones now always produce 4 items instead of a random 2 to 6. Players can no longer drop items when crossing obstacles in the Agility Arena. The Superheat Ore spell can no longer be used whilst balancing on a Serenity post. Player-owned house dartboards once again function properly. Next up, your quests and your achievements. The area shown during the While Gothic Sleeps cutscene in Falador has been extended. The clue in the Pirate Treasure quest has been updated to reflect the pose of the updated statue of Saradomin within Falador Park. The Set Active button has been enabled for the Call of the Ancestors quest in the quest journal. Desert Bandits in the Diamond to the Rough can now hit for more than 1 damage, probably useful. Players resetting their defense level will no longer have the Blood Pact quest reset. Agarath's damage during a Shadow over Ashdale has been reduced if the player is currently using the path system. Agarath will no longer occasionally deal damage after the fight. And then we have your miscellaneous and your ninjas. Whew, this one's pretty big. Beastmaster Durzag will now give players a short warning before he begins trampling them. A maximum hit of Lesser, Greater, Black and Abyssal Demons, including their elite version, has been increased. Griffalaroos and Griffalapines now deal damage correctly with their ranged and magic attacks. Several typos in the Halloween 2015 event have been fixed. The Lost Sword of Radolin now has a higher item value to ensure it protects over less valuable items. Balthazar and Co have finished closing down the RuneScape raffle for this year and have returned to the circus full time. Players can no longer walk through the fence near Privdinus Waterfall Bank. Players are no longer able to walk through the tent in Otot. A typo in the message displayed when the Crystal Mass spell prevents the player being hit has been fixed. The scaling of the Unholy Cursebearer boss in Daemonheim has been tweaked. Tusker Warpriest armor now listed in the defense skill guide for you. Players can no longer attack elite training dummies with the wrong attack style. The following characters can now be used in player examine messages. I'm not even going to bother. Rangers in Mazcab will now escort players to and from Kanatar. Nemi Poison can now be banked. All Gobi supplies now have a right-click option to view this store. A typo in the Gobi reputation interface has been fixed. A right-click option on the Quercy has been updated so it reads give supplies rather than give rewards. Players who own all Liberation of Mazcab abilities and use a codex will now be refunded with Techie. It is no longer possible to set a player's Araxor partner to someone already in an existing fight. Wearing Darak's armor will no longer cause all AoE damage to hit one target. Voiceovers will now start more quickly and smoothly. This includes all of your voiced quests, player and port tutorial, random events, captains, Meg and the Black Marketeer, Ashdale tutorial and the entire path system. A space has been added to the prompt received when combining charm slices with mystical charm slices. Sir Amic dialogue that refers to the Battle of Lumbridge being recent use has been removed. Summoning a pet via the summoning medallion will now consistently set the pet into the same movement mode as the player. The security book now provides information about the RuneScape Authenticator instead of security questions. Trying to open already opened doors in Yanil will no longer delete the doors. An issue where entering the wilderness displayed pet options with the hide familiar options enabled has been fixed. Players will no longer be sculled by a familiar retaliating against a player who just respawned after death. A PvP fight with familiars will no longer produce erroneous you are already fighting something else. The unlock message for the title of Guthix will no longer appear if the title is already unlocked. The Ferocious Ring and Legendary Pet's Lifesaver ability will no longer be used at the same time if the player's health drops below 10%. The Pulse Core buff timer will now attempt to resync itself to prevent an incorrect time being shown. And players now move to the front of the staircase in Sir Vivian's quarters when approached from the sides. The Dancing Party Room White Knights have been updated, as well as their song, as they no longer have plumes in their helmets, and a tooltip typo in the Max Challenge toggle interface has been fixed. And that leaves us with your ninja fixes. Players are now able to prestige their boss and slayer creature kills via the Beast tab after reaching 60,000 kills, resetting the kill counter and increasing the prestige by 1. Buckets and plant pots may now be automatically discarded when farming with new skilling options in Escape gameplay miscellaneous settings. Icthrarin's little helper bosses now have increased life points and max hits. Treasure Trail sliding puzzles have been reworked, they are now moving slightly quicker. Arrow keys can move the pieces around the board, more than one piece can be moved at a time. The Elemental Workshop 3 puzzle has received various improvements to gameplay, speeding up the player's manipulation of the machine. The layout of the machine now appears in the minigame window, with buttons mimicking functionality of the machine's various levers and showing remaining moves. Machine tiles now all move together in bulk rather than one at a time, and the machine can be viewed top down or from the player's usual perspective via the toggle on the interface. And that, ladies and gents, is the entirety of the update for today and this month. So BTS, we got 4 new Slayer mobs coming in, all level 96, and all of them drop in tier 85 weapons, besides the Mammoth, which is dropping your brand new Beastie Bird in tier 99. We also have Defenders coming out this month, and the Raptor is here for double Slayer XP in Port Sarim. And that is pretty much everything, ladies and gents, so until next time, I'll catch you all later. Have a good one.